What up, nation? Welcome to the Wise Take NASCAR Wise Stream. It's your boy, Tommy SB. As always, a.k.a. Tommy Shake and Bake. I'm joined by the thriller that's vanilla, the oracle of NASCAR DFS, CashinDFS. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Well, I'm good. Besides, I made an NBA team today. Besides that, I'm good.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do that today, man. I was too busy trying to get all this stuff set up for today.
Yeah, I didn't have time either, obviously, because I made a team last night and I forgot about it.
Oh, man. So for those watching this show, that's normally a premium podcast at wisetake.com. But in celebration of the NASCAR season arriving, we're giving free content for Sunday's Advanced Auto Parts Clash. I'm just going to start off a little bit, guys, with
really because it's only 17 drivers.
Absolutely.
And it really is shit.
It should be fun, though. They're trying to run it on the All-Star platform. You know, competition cautions, trying to break it up into 3 really short races. It should be interesting. Definitely not something I'd pay to go see live or anything like that. I made that mistake once. I went to the All-Star race instead of going to the 600 the next weekend. And it was terrible. It was such a waste of money. So, for those of you that have never really watched NASCAR, you're just kind of tuning in thinking this NASCAR DFS thing might be cool. And Cash, like I said, is ridiculously good at it. I'll break you guys down kind of what the Clash is. It's a 75-lap race, 187.5 miles total. It's, like I said, run similar to the All-Star layout where it's 3 pretty much 25-lap sprint races within a 75-lap race. They did invite 20 drivers, only 17 showed up. There's a couple that didn't make it. Danica Patrick, of course, is done, so they were going to build her a second car just to go do this. Next off, you have Dale Jr. People were hoping he was going to try to make it, but not going to make it this year. He's actually off covering the Olympics. And then Matt Kenseth wished he could have made it because he's a good guy, but just had no ride.
He's covering the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, man, he's out there as a sportscaster for the Olympics. I don't know what specific sport he's covering, but I know he's down there. That's what they're posting.
Hopefully it's bobsled.
That would be awesome. That's the only thing I think they should put him on, or speed skating.
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess, Cash, the easiest way for this, I think, since it's only 17 drivers, we could probably just start off, pretty much right at the top, with Brad Keselowski. Kind of what your thoughts are. If you want to break it down a couple of tiers.
I want to say something about the race. This race, like you said, it's kind of like an all-star race. It's only to win. Every one of these drivers, they're only out here to win. They care nothing about the cars. It's not their Daytona 500 car. It's probably not even their backup car, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, it's their 1997.
So they don't care nothing about the cars. If they wreck them, they're fine with that. And it's just about winning the race. So that's what I wanted to say. Like, none of these guys are like they only want to win. That's it.
Yeah, I was trying to research what the cash prize is, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I know it's money. That's all it is. Just like the All-Star race is like $1 million or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that. But yeah, I'll just start at the top, go all the way down.
Okay.
Keselowski, he's starting in the back. He's lock and load. If I'm gonna make 20. I don't know if I'm gonna make 20 teams or if I'm gonna make 40. I have 40 entries reserved. 220 max contests. I have them both maxed. So I don't know if I'm gonna make 20 and put 20 in both, or if I'm gonna make 20 and then make another 20 more. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. But if I made 40, Keselowski would be in 38 of them.
Okay.
So.
What's your thoughts for that?
Would I go 100%? Do what?
So what's your reasoning for that? Why do you like him so much?
Why? Because he's starting last.
Okay.
He has the highest floor. He could wreck on the first lap and finish last and still get 27 points.
Okay.
While if Austin Dillon wrecks on the first lap and finishes last, he gets 11.
Okay. Oh, just by the points.
Right off the jump, he has the highest floor of any driver on the racetrack. starting last. So he's the best play. He should be popular, and I'll be overweight. Whatever he is, as far as owned, I'll have more because I might have him on all 20. But I will definitely have him on 18 or 19 of them, at least. He's lock and load, easiest play on the board, and it's just the way it is.
Okay. All right.
Chase Elliott, another one that I do like. Starting 12, like anybody that's starting 10th or back, I'm going to like them because they just have higher floors. And Elliott is starting 12th.
Yeah.
And he gets to start behind Larson. So they're two Chevys. They will work together, or they will try to work together. So I'm interested. I like him. I will definitely have some.
Yeah. You know, he's throwing back to his dad now too. He's racing with the 9.
Yeah,
so
no,
that was pretty
he went
cool.
in the 9. He was in the 24 last year. He's going to the 9.
Correct. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what his dad used to race.
Yeah.
The kid, I think he's still 21 or 22.
I think he's just turned 22.
He's a freak. Yeah. So I do like him. He's definitely in play.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Harvick, he's starting 9th. He finished 5th. Finished fifth here last year, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be kind of low owned.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I mean, it is Kevin Harvick, so maybe not. But if he's, I think I'll be overweight on the field. If he's going to be 20, like he might make 4 or 5 of my 20 teams, maybe something like that.
Okay.
I think he's just a safe play. Pretty safe. I don't expect him to wreck, and I expect him to finish probably top 5.
Okay.
Kyle Busch, starting 13th. Love him. He's my third highest driver, like who I expect to score the third most points.
Yeah, he was the fastest of the Toyotas in practice, from what we saw today.
Yeah, he could have won this race last year, and he won it in 2013 or 12, something like that.
Yeah.
But he's fast. He's always fast. He's one of the best race car drivers alive.
Yeah, to come back from breaking your leg and still win a championship with half a season, that was ridiculous.
Really, really like Kyle a lot. Hamlin starting 2nd. I expect this is one of my favorite guys that is starting up front because I expect him to lead. I expect him to pass Austin Dillon and lead at the beginning of the race. It might not happen, but that's what I expect.
Yeah.
He started, I think he started 2nd or 3rd here last year, and he led a lot of laps in his race.
Yeah.
I expect that to be the same. And I would probably have him, I don't know, enough. Like, I don't think I'm going to have 50% exposure on him, but maybe 40, maybe 30, something like that.
Okay.
Logano, I'll be a fade on Logano starting 3rd. I expect him to be popular because he's fast in practice, and Fords are going to be fast, but I'll fade him. He won this last year, so he's on my 20 teams. He might be on 1. That's it. That's all I'm going to have him on. I won't go 2. He will be on 1 out of 20 if he makes 1. He might not make 1. And that's going to be contrarian because I expect him to be fairly popular, especially if people don't know what they're doing. They're going to want these guys starting towards the top, not knowing that they have the most downside.
Correct, yeah.
If you're starting at the top, you have the most downside. Like, if Joey Logano finishes last, he gets 13.
Yeah, another thing I saw about Denny Hamlin too is that he's actually one of the best drivers during the whole speed weeks prior to Daytona. Over the last, I think, 6 years, he's won at least something. I think during all 6 of them, they were saying.
Yeah, I like him for sure. I like him a lot more than Logano. And it could be Logano that passes passes Dylan and gets out front. But if he does that and leads a lot of laps and wins, I'm gonna lose, and I'm cool with that. Larson, best believe it. He's my favorite driver in NASCAR. The kid is a stud. He's starting 10th. Like I said, if you're starting 10th or worse, I like you.
Yeah, he was
everybody that's starting 10th or worse, I like a lot.
Yeah, he was fastest of the Chevys in practice as well too. From what I saw today.
That's not no surprise. He was the fastest Chevy last year. Yeah. He was the only Chevy that competed with Kyle Busch and Truex on a weekly basis. Mm-hmm. Kid is a stud. I'll have much exposure.
Yeah.
Martin Truex. This is a dude that completely dominated the whole NASCAR universe last year. He's starting 6th. I don't want to play him. He's not a very good plate. This is a restrictor plate race. Yep. Like I know people that are watching this have no idea what no idea about NASCAR at all. Mm. But the super speedways, they put restrictor plates on the carburetor to slow them down because they will go too fast at this track. So the restrictor plate racing is to slow them down. And he's not the greatest restrictor plate racer. And I expect him to be popular. It is Martin Truex. Anybody that knows anything knows that Martin Truex won the championship last year, and he was dominant as I remember for a while. Like, he just was dominated every week, and I'm going to pass on that.
Yeah.
JJ, Jimmy Johnson, he's starting 5th. He wrecks.
Every single race in this one, yeah, every clash, man. He can't finish for
this
nothing.
Race, man. I think it's like 4 in a row,
6,
5 in a row, something like that. 6 in a row.
6 in a row, man.
I would say he's due not to wreck, but I mean, the numbers say he's gonna wreck again.
Yeah.
I won't have much exposure to Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, me neither.
I do like him over Logano, but he's Jimmy Johnson, so I do expect him to be kind of popular as well. But he is starting 5th, so he's not gonna be too popular for people that know what they're doing. But it's hard for me to play a dude that is wrecked here every year.
Yeah, he'd be like your high flyer in a GPP. Like you'd be the only one that owns him.
No, he's gonna be owned because he's Jimmy Johnson, and he's also gonna be owned because you can fit in almost any driver you want. The pricing is super soft at this race, and I for one like that because I get donkeys that don't know what they're doing. That's gonna max out their score. Never. No,
I was trying
make a lineup.
I was trying to set a few this morning, and it was I couldn't get it to get anywhere near close to spending all the money with the drivers that I liked. So yeah, I agree with that 100%. Exactly. I had like $4,000 or $5,000 left repeatedly.
You never max out your money at a super speedway. If it's not a super speedway, you can do that. A super speedway, never, ever leave $0 on the table, ever. And I'm pretty much on the fade train on Jimmy. Stenhouse, I like for tournaments. I think he's gonna be low owned. He's starting 8th.
Yeah, he was 3rd fastest in practice too, and he was up there with the group, the fast 4 Fords in the front as well. And the 4 of them together were ridiculously fast.
This guy is a very good restrictor plate racer. He won the July Daytona race. He also won the Talladega race last year. So 2 of the 4 races at super speedways he won. He's finished in the top 5 here. 2 of the last 3 races I saw. He's in a Ford. So how many Fords is on the track?
I think it was 7, I believe. 7 Chevys, 6 Fords, and 4 Toyotas.
You can expect these guys are going to work together.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If you're in a Ford, you're going to work with a Ford. If you're in a Chevy, you're going to work with a Chevy. If you're a Toyota, you're going to work with a Toyota. There's only 4 Toyotas on the track.
Yeah, and they're all sandwiched right in the middle of the field, too, as far as practice times.
Yeah, and like, I don't expect – they're not dominant at a super speedway like they're dominant at other tracks.
Yeah.
But I like some Toyotas. I love Kyle Busch. But Stenhouse, I think, could win me. If he goes out and wins this, he could win you this slate. So if you're making multiple teams, I will put him on a couple of tournament lineups.
Okay.
Because I expect him to be pretty safe. It does suck that he's starting at 8th, but I don't expect him to wreck, and I expect him to be towards the top. I'm hoping that he's towards the top. I'm not gonna have a ton. I'm not going all in or nothing, but I'm gonna have exposure to him, and he's one of the guys I think that could win me this slate.
Yeah, I did 4 lineups and put him in 1. So I'm with you on that one too, about 25%.
Ryan Blaney, starting 15th, lock and load.
Yeah, fast.
Love him.
Practice too.
Love him to death. I got him as my second highest driver right now, as far as what I expect from him. And I'm gonna have much Ryan Blaney. Much.
Yeah,
I like him a lot.
I liked him a lot too when I was setting mine this earlier as well.
Eric Jones, starting 4th. If you're just making a few teams, he's an easy fade. Maybe he makes one of my 20 teams, maybe. But I'm not sure. I mean, just because I have 20 teams, I want to get exposure to everybody. So I think he is going to make one, but that's it. He won't make more than one, and that is for sure. Kurt Busch, I like him a good amount. He is starting 14th. He won the 500 last year.
Yeah, monster energy.
He's a veteran. He's a veteran in this game, and I like him. I do like him. 14th. Anybody starting in the back 10, I like. Jamie McMurray, starting 16th. This is a guy that scares me because nobody likes him. Nobody likes him on restrictor plate races because he would just leave them. He's very aggressive, and he would just leave them. You got to draft. It's another thing that most folks won't know. If you're out on the car by yourself, you're going to be slow. You fast in the draft.
Oh yeah,
that's being here with other cars. Yeah. At super speedways, you got to be drafting, or you're just gonna be left in the dust. And Jamie McMurray will leave guys out on islands. Yeah, like, to gain spots, he would just leave them. He'd say, "Here you go, see ya. You're gonna fall back, and I'm gonna go forward." Yeah. And people just don't like him. People don't like to race with him. He won't have nobody working with him unless it's his teammate. Nobody else, no other person is gonna work with him besides his teammate. Like because they just know how he races. They're just not going to do it. So I wouldn't expect any Ford or any Toyota to work with Jamie McMurray. But on the other hand, he is starting 16th. And because of how aggressive he is, he does have upside, and he could win this. Like, he could get to the front. He's a veteran. He could win this. So I do think he is a very good play. But it also scares me at the same time. Yeah. Because I expect him to be popular too, because he's starting towards the back.
Yeah, he was.
He finishes last.
He was mid-pack in practice.
Last, he was 26.
Yeah, he was mid-pack in practice. He was okay, nothing crazy. But to go off of your point too about the drafting, there was about a 5 mile/hour drop off between the solo runs early in practice and then the drafting runs in final practice. If anybody does actually look up the speeds that they posted, the 4 Fords were out front pretty substantially. They went out initially by themselves, ran the 4 of them together, and went just shy of 200 miles an hour as a group. And then the pack got a little bit bigger, pulled a couple of the Chevys and the Ford and Toyota in there to get them all. Were the top 7, I believe? Yeah, top 7 were all above 199.2 miles an hour. So drafting in these race cars, especially, I guess, with this new aero package, if people are into it as well, there's new side splitters that they put on these cars that are supposed to regulate the air that flows underneath the car evenly between the three different types of cars: the Chevy, the Ford, and the Toyota.
And they got the splitter too.
Yeah, and then they shaved a half an inch off of the rear spoiler from last year, which should help the speeds actually pick up a little bit, and then the downforce not be so strong as compared to last year. But yeah, it's crazy too. There's been a lot of big changes. If you watched last year, they're allowing instead of it being a specific weighted spring for the rear end of the car, the guys can do different spring and suspension packages too. Which these cars are gonna be squatting down to the ground and pretty much scraping to try to keep as much air from underneath those cars as possible to make them fast as hell. So, but yeah. So where are we at as far as the field? How far down are we so far?
I just got done with McMurray.
All right. So down to
Austin. Austin Dillon. Fade.
Yeah, I didn't like him either. Did not like him in practice either.
Not playing, and I'm hoping he's popular because he's sitting on the pole. Not playing him. He will be a fade.
Yeah, absolute slowest in practice.
Easy fade.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter. I don't even care. He could have been the fastest in practice. He's still an easy fade. Easy fade. Don't put Austin Dillon on the team. Ryan Newman. This is my dude. It's him and Stenthouse that I think is gonna I'm hoping wins me this slate. Ryan Newman, I mean, it's Ryan Newman. Like, Ryan Newman's not gonna be popular. It's Ryan Newman. You got all these studs everywhere on this track. And then we got Ryan Newman. Like, nobody wants to play Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman's a very safe dude. Like, I don't expect him to go out and wreck. I expect him to run very safely, sit back, watch the action in front of him, maybe wait for a couple of wrecks, and move up. He's starting 11th, so he doesn't have all. I don't think he has. I don't see a way that Ryan Newman finishes worse than 11th. Like, I do not see him finishing 12th or worse. So that's going to give him a little upside, even if he finishes 10th or 9th or 8th. But if he gets up there in that top 3, he could win me this bitch. So I like him for tournaments, for sure. He's a very good plate racer. Casey Kane starting 7th. I don't know, man. Casey Kane screwed me so many times last year. Casey Kane's on my S list. I don't like Casey Kane. Good thing Junior's gone because he was at the top of my S list. He lost me so much money last year. Oh God. But no, I expect him to race hard though because he just got booted from Hendricks. Hendricks is, I mean, I think Joe Gibbs is the top team right now, but Hendricks has historically been the best team in NASCAR, and he got booted from them. Yeah, and he went down to the bottom. Like, I expect him to race hard, but on my 20 teams, he might be on 2, maybe 3. That's it. So I'm not really digging Casey Kane. And that's it as far as the 17 drivers.
We're through all 17 already? Oh yeah, you're right. I'm looking at a whole different thing here that kept going down into the people that aren't even there. So I did a little bit of stuff that I took, I guess, from the practice that might be relevant. There's a couple of former winners that are still in the field. You got Kevin Harvick, who won it 2009, 2010, and again in 2013. So he's a 3-time winner that's racing. You got Kurt and Kyle won it back-to-back in 11 and 12. And then Denny Hamlin won it in 14 and 16. And then as Cash said earlier, Joey Logano was the reigning winner from last season.
I think he got lucky.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch should have won that race. Got lucky.
Yeah, I missed that one last year. It was only a couple of laps left, and he passed him with like 1 or 2 to go, right?
Yeah, and then Kyle got spun into the grass, or hit somebody and spun them into the grass, and got slowed down. Whatever. Yeah. Kyle Busch should have won that race. Kyle Busch is gonna win this race.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch is winning this race. Kyle Busch or Larson wins this race. That's who I think is gonna win this race.
Yeah. I mean, if Toyota can continue what they did last season and he could somehow find the speed that he couldn't find yet today, put it on the track tomorrow, definitely could see that. He was definitely the fastest Toyota out there by far. Sam is kind of
in my personal opinion, he's the best race car driver that there is out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Larson. I think Larson is right there. I think Truex is right there. I think Kevin Harvick is there.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick one driver to drive my car, it'd be Kyle Busch. I used to hate him. I was thinking he's a conceited mother effer. I used to hate the dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't necessarily like him, but he is what he is. I don't like Bill Belichick either, but he's the best coach in NFL history, in my opinion.
Mm.
Kyle Busch, he's one of the best race car drivers ever. That kid can drive a car. You better believe that. Kyle Busch can drive a race car.
That's the persona he wanted when he was early in his career. He wanted to be that rough and tough kind of, I'm just going to beat you up or knock you off the track. And it's just, nobody really liked it. So then he just finally stopped it a couple of years ago.
Aggressive.
Yeah,
he's super aggressive.
So
he wants to win. I also think he wants to win more than anybody out there.
Oh, yeah, you saw that 2 years ago for sure. Like I said, breaking his leg at Daytona and then still coming back and winning the championship was insane. I
mean, that's one of the reasons I do really like him now. I used to hate him when he first started. I didn't like him, but now I like him. I think he wants to win more. Like he's like Michael Jordan. He would do anything. Like he will slit your throat to win a race. And personally, I love that. But a couple of things I want to say is that you want dudes, like in your lineups, you want plenty of dudes that's starting, I would say 10th and back, but you could even go to Harvick, 9th and back.
Mm-hmm.
You want dudes in your lineups. Like I will have probably 3 to 4 in every single team I make of guys starting 10th or worst, 9th or worst.
Mm-hmm. No.
They just have the highest floors, and some of the best race car drivers out there is back there.
Yeah, one thing I was wondering too, with this being the only 17 drivers, they still basing the whole point system on the 40, and then working it backwards only down through 17. So last place would be like 23 points, or whatever it is, 26.
Well, but they get negative place differential too. But yeah,
correct. Okay, but negative place differential, but still with the. You're still, even if you wrecked on the first lap and you were the last place guy, you're still going to get something.
Yeah, they won't. They're not going to change the scoring system for one race.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. Another thing I picked up from practice too: the Fords were lightning fast in packs, but the Chevys were good by themselves. As Cash said earlier, this is a drafting race, so you're not going to win anything at Daytona or a super speedway if you're running by yourself. So you definitely are more worried about how fast these cars are in groups on a track like this. So if you had to give me right now, Cash, your top 3 GPP plays for tomorrow, what would you say?
My top 3 plays would be Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, and Ryan Blaney.
Okay.
And you could make a team started at Chase Elliott and going all the way down to Brad Keselowski. I expect that to be fairly popular, but it is definitely doable. And just give yourself the floor.
Okay. And then, with tournaments and the ownership stuff and you having to come up with something kind of off the wall and crazy, we're going to go with, I guess, what would you say would be your top 3 shake and bake, your first or last GPP picks for tomorrow?
Well, I mentioned 2 of them, Stenhouse and Ryan Newman, and probably Jamie McMurray.
Okay.
Starting 16th.
So,
but I think Ryan Newman or Ricky Stenhouse can win me the slate because everybody's going to be everybody should be fairly popular, especially guys with names. There's only 70 guys on the track, so there's not much to choose from. you get 6 of them on your team. So everybody's going to be fairly popular.
Okay. So anything else in closing that you think is pertinent to our members and the people tuning in, for tomorrow's race that they should take into consideration?
Yeah. Don't play Austin Dillon. Do not play Austin Dillon.
Yeah, I didn't like him either. I looked at it from a position, like you said, with the floors and ceilings. Absolute slowest in practice and starting on the pole. If it continues the trend, he's going to fall all the way to the back of the pack, and you're at -17 already before you even start.
Yeah, I'm hoping Denny Hamlin gets out there and leads the first 25 laps for that caution, and then I hope he gets out first out of the pits and leads the next 25 laps, and that'd be awesome. Because I'm gonna have me some Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, me too, for sure.
What else do I want to say? Oh, you could make you could stack up teams. Like, say you could put 3 Chevys and 3 guys in Chevys, 3 guys in Toyotas, 4 guys in Fords, whatever. Because I expect them to work together. Once they get hooked up, they're gonna stay together and they're gonna try to move to the front together. So that's a viable strategy to do here.
So we actually got a question from John in the chat. He was asking how much money is too much money to be left on the table. And we were discussing earlier that you never want to try to spend all the way down to $0.
How much is too much to be left? I haven't made. Damn, I don't even have NASCAR. I mean, I don't even have Draftkings open. Hold on. Let me open up Draftkings real quick. He's talking about how much money to leave over, right?
Yeah, like I said, I had a couple with like 2,500 left. I did one crazy one that ended up with like 4,200 left. So I think he's just trying to say, like, if you're sitting there and you got 10 grand left, are you doing anywhere near the right thing, or would that be considered, I guess, a crazy play?
Hold on, let me build a team real quick.
Yeah, it was. John said he built a lineup, but he had about 2K left. I know a couple that I built for you, John. I was in that same boat. Like you said, the pricing's extremely soft. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. I think that they just threw a dartboard out there with drivers' names on it and a price tag on the dart and just threw them at them. Because somebody.
I mean, they make it real soft. Make it real soft for a reason, because there's not many cars out there, and they want people to join contests.
Yeah.
And they want people to join contests and be able to play the guys that they know. They want them to be able to play Truex and Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson. But I just made a team that I could use to try to leave as much money as I could, and it was $7,900 left over.
Wow!
And that's a team I can use them on, and I probably will have this team in my 20, and I would definitely have it in my 40. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna make 20. Like, I'm gonna build 20, and then if I really like that 20, and I don't think I need to get any more combinations. Then I'm gonna put that 20 in both contests. If I want some more combinations, then I might build 25 or 30, and then put my top 10 in each one of them. But I haven't built my teams yet.
Yeah. No. Yeah. To add, I see Johnny added again. Yeah. This race is going to be a little bit weird. I think more throughout the season when we do have all 40 cars on the track, you probably get a better idea of what kind of number would be a number that would be, I guess, a comfortable one to be left on the table. Like you said, I had a couple with 4,500, 2 with like 2,500, 2,800, and then like Cass said, he just made a lineup he's super happy with what, like 7,800 you said left on that one? 7,900. So it's crazy, but there's a lot of good stuff. Cash, we're going to definitely have an article up for everybody here soon, hopefully with some information to kind of help you guys out.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to write. Like, it'd probably be worth reading because it'll be pretty much what I said here.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
but yeah, I'll write it if y'all want to have it in reading form.
No, for sure, we'll get something up there for you guys. So if you aren't already signed up for next week's Daytona 500 at Wise Take, you better move now. It's $4.99 to get you.
And I'll probably
go ahead.
Let me say something. I'll probably put rank each drop, like rank them 1 through 17 of, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
like my favorite down. And I'm not playing cash, so I do think you can play cash.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to play cash, play some of those dudes towards the back.
Yeah,
Brad Keselowski is lock and load.
I did one cash
Kyle
lineup.
Busch,
Yeah,
lock and load. Huh?
I said I did one real quick cash lineup, like a $2 5-player double up. It was nothing. Yeah,
I would lock Keselowski, Blaney, and Kyle Busch in that lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my 3 favorite plays. That's for cash and tournaments. Like I expect lock those dudes in.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
All right. So like I was saying earlier, if you aren't already signed up for next week's Daytona 500 at wisetake.com, you guys got to move quick. If you don't want to, we got the $4.99. It'll get you the 4-day access. But for a limited time only, if you want to buy the full season, which is February to November, you're talking 9 months of straight racing content. Normal price we're going to be offering it for this $149.99. But we are going to offer it, the next, if you rush quick now, get the early owl special. We're doing it for $99.99. All you got to use when you purchase is the promo code Early Owl NASCAR with no spaces. If you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, then the like button, and subscribe to the channel. We love seeing your comments and seeing what you guys you think of us. We're trying to push it to the next level here with DFS, and especially with NASCAR. Cash's track record's phenomenal. We're definitely going to try to help you guys make tons and tons of money. If you're listening on Podbean, you guys got to give us a follow. If you're listening on iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. As always, it really helps. And of course, if you're watching on Facebook, please like and share and support the Wise Take Nation. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for tuning in, Nation. For myself and CashinDFS, Owls up top. Hooty hoo! We are out.